I've got it, Major.
Swell.
See, British, but most helpful. They really have a broadcasting station for me. Once they found it. Took no more than 10 minutes. Amazing. And I'm so pleased to see that you are finally becoming interested in serious music, Major.
Don't let one record fool you, Emmy.
But Bruckner 770, that is difficult even for me. Should we play it now?
No, not now, Emmy. You know what they mean by the slow movement?
Of course.
That's the one I want to hear. Put it on ready to play. I'll tell you when to play it.
I never thought that you would ask to listen to Bruckner.
Well, maybe I'm mellowing, Emmy. Or maybe this heat is getting to me. And wouldn't you know it, we shiver through a god-awful winter. Now the sun is shining, the central heating is fixed. The military, God bless them. No sign of the band leader yet?
I wish you'd call him Dr. Bert Bangler, Major.
I wish you'd call me Steve, Emmy.
No, he isn't, but then it is not yet 9. Are you nervous, Major?
No, not nervous. Just not getting enough sleep is all. Bad dreams. That's when I'm awake. So Emmy, if you want to be out of the room when I talk to him, that's okay by me. See, a lot of the things I have to talk to him about today may be upsetting to you, and God knows working for me, you get upset enough.
But you're going to say to him, Major.
Emmy, it's a beautiful day. Take a walk in the tear garden. Sit under what's left of the linden tree. David can take notes.
Major, you upset me when you avoid answering my questions.
Go see who that is, Emmy. If it's the band leader, don't let him in yet. Attention, security! Careful, Emmy, he may want to frisk you.
Major, a woman left this for you.
What woman?
I don't know her name. She talked with Sergeant Adams on the door. He gave me this and said it was for you.
Did you see her?
Well, of course. I was standing here. Sergeant Adams was there. The woman was no more
What
than
did she look like? Old, young, short, tall, fat, thin?
No!
Very funny. So what's in the bag, Helmet?
Well, I don't know, Major. Sergeant Adams said it was for you.
Jesus, Helmet, you're supposed to be security in this building.
But I was not told to open packages addressed to military personnel.
Security, Helmet, use your goddamn common sense.
Sergeant Adams said I must search people. He did not say I must search packages.
Jesus Christ, no wonder you were a second violinist. It stands to reason, doesn't it? A woman leaves a package for me, you've got to be curious what's in it.
Well, why should I be curious? It's addressed to you, Major.
Because it could be a fucking bomb, Helmet.
A bomb? You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Open it.
What?
That's an order, Helmet. Open it.
But if it's a bomb, Major, shouldn't you take cover?
Open it.
Oh.
See what's inside. Feel around there.
What?
Feel around inside.
Oh. It just feels like paper, Major.
Empty. On the floor. What the hell is that?
It could be fan mail, Major. I remember Mr. Maestro.
Helmet, who's going to send me fan mail, for Christ's sake? Jesus Christ. Emmy, take a look. Helmet, get back on duty. The Russians could launch an attack any minute. Well, Emmy?
Well, they are all addressed to Mrs. Tamara Zaks. They're all open.
What? I don't get it.
Major, can I ask you a question?
The answer is yes, Emmy. I love you. I want you to marry me. I want you to be the mother of my children, not necessarily in that order.
Major!
What's in the letters, Emmy?
No. I want to ask you this. Why Why are you so kind to Mr. Roda, and then you are not so kind to Dr. Furtwängler?
Well, let's just say I'm a Democrat with a small d. I have more sympathy for the little people. What's in the letters?
Good morning.
Okay, we surrender the Boy Scouts here.
What's going on?
Seems like Tamara Sachs sent me her mail.
Why should she do that?
Emmy's trying to come up with an answer.
These are the last of them, Major.
Anything good?
Nothing we didn't know before, but the boys at B.P.O.E have asked me to put some questions to you. And I'm afraid I found something you're not going to like. I've been going through the transcripts of the proceedings at Nuremberg.
Major?
And
There is one here unopened. It is addressed to whom it may concern.
Well, it may concern us. Emmy, open it, read it. Didn't I tell you the lady was crazy? Who else but a crazy woman would send her own mail addressed to whom it may concern?
To the American authorities in Wiesbaden and Berlin. The good and the not so good. I have been busy. Here are more than 50 letters confirming what I have already said. Letters, evidence in black and white, from survivors, lovers, widows, friends, people now mostly in America and England, all testifying that Wilhelm Furtwängler was their savior. Because no one knows when Dr. Furtwängler's case will come before the tribunal, and because I have unexpectedly received permission from the French authorities to reside in Paris, I probably will not be here to give evidence on his behalf. So I have taken copies of these letters. If you destroy them, they will still exist.
Well, thanks, Tamara. It's a shame they're all totally irrelevant.
Well, this one is from Dr. Furtwängler.
Let me see that.
Dear Mrs. Sachs, thank you for your letter. Yes, I remember your husband well. In fact, I was reminded of him just the other day. I remember that the Beckstein was out of tune. He was indeed a fine pianist. I was deeply distressed to hear of his tragic fate.
Get them up off the floor, Emmy. So, David, you were saying the good guys in Wiesbaden had some questions for me?
yes. They don't think there's a case against Dr. Furtwängler, and they want to know why you're pursuing it.
Tell them they'll know after they've seen the evidence. Here, take a look through that. You'll see what I mean. Next question.
They think you're being ordered to pursue Dr. Furtwängler. They want to know who's giving the orders and why.
Okay, I see. You've been talking to them, haven't you? You were telling them about the they who saw me at Ike's headquarters. I remember you were so interested in who the they were.
I was asked.
Well, you tell the good guys in Wiesbaden to mind their own goddamn business.
Are you being ordered, Major?
What's this about a file from Nuremberg?
Why, Major?
Tell me
Why
about
Dr. Furtwängler?
Nuremberg.
Yes. Yes, a man called Dollarus. Burger Dollarus.
Burger? That's his name? What is he, some sort of a short order cook?
A Swede, a businessman. He was called in to give evidence in Goring's defense.
It is now 9 o'clock precisely. I have prepared a statement. I don't intend to be kept waiting again.
Wilhelm, don't talk to me like I'm a second violinist. Go back out into the waiting room, sit down, and wait. Miss Straubel will come to get you when I am ready to see you. If you are not there when she comes to get you, I will have you pulled in by the military police. Okay, Wilhelm? Jesus God, that prick! That arrogant prick! Who the fuck does he think he is? Who the fuck? Hey, who the fuck do you...
I have a favor to ask you.
Okay, I owe you one, David.
When you question him, could I ask that you treat him with more respect?
What? With more what?
Respect.
That's what I thought you said. Respect? Are you kidding me?
That man may just be the greatest conductor of this century, and that merits our respect.
Yeah. Great artist, conductor. That's what everyone keeps saying. You know what I say to that?
I know what you say to that, Major.
And you know what I say he is.
I can guess that too.
David, I don't understand a thing about you. You're a Jew. Are you a Jew?
Yes, I'm a Jew. I'm also a human being.
Oh, good, a human being. I'm so relieved. For a minute there, I thought you were going to say you were a music lover. David, that man, that great artist, has made anti-Semitic remarks like you would not believe. I have letters here.
Major, show me one non-Jew who hasn't made anti-Semitic remarks. And I'll show you the gates to paradise.
What is it with you, David? Where are your feelings? Where's your hatred? Your disgust? Where's your fucking outrage, David? Think of your parents. Then think of that man conducting Happy Birthday, Dear Adolf. For Christ's sakes, whose side are you on? So you were saying something about a Swede in Nuremberg?
It doesn't matter. It's probably irrelevant.
Okay. Emmy, go get it. And Emmy, don't announce him this time. Just let him come in. Wilhelm, how you doing? Keeping okay? Is he too much for you? Come in. Sit down. Oh, no. Sit here. It's more comfortable. Doing okay? Getting enough to eat? Goodness, eat something else. You want to loosen your tie? Take off your jacket? Just relax. Take it nice and easy, because the good news is this is the last time you'll have to see me. The bad news, however, is that I still have to test the case against you, see if it stands up. And if it does, I still have to turn you into the civil authorities. Your own people, a guy called Alex Vogel. You've heard of him?
Yes, I've heard of him.
And what have you heard?
That he is a Moscow hack, a communist.
That's the one. Not a nice man. We are not on first-name terms. But today, thank your lucky stars, you just got me to deal with. So let's take it nice and easy. I don't want to go over all the old stuff again, because one or two new things have come up.
I should like to say something.
Go ahead. Be my guest.
When I last saw you, I did not know what to expect. I was unprepared. In the past weeks, I've been thinking carefully and making notes. You have to understand who I am and what I am. I am a musician, and I believe in music. I am an artist, and I believe in art. You could say that art is my religion. Art in general, and of course music in particular, has for me mystical powers which nurture man's spiritual needs. I must confess, however, to having been extremely naive. I insisted for many years, until quite recently in fact, on the absolute separation of art and politics. I truly had no interest in politics. I hardly read the newspapers. My entire life was devoted to music because, this is very important, I believe that through music I could preserve something practical.
And what was that?
Liberty, justice, humanity.
That is a thing of beauty, Wilhelm. Honest to God, a thing of beauty. I've got to try to remember that. How does that go again? Liberty, justice, humanity. Beautiful. But you also used the word naive. Are you now saying that you were wrong, that you think that art and music and politics can't be kept separate?
No, I believe that they should be kept separate, but that they weren't kept separate. That I learned to my cost.
And when did you learn that? When you sent the telegram? Was that the surrender signal, the waving of the white flag?
What telegram?
Happy birthday, dear Adolf, love Wilhelm. Or words to that effect. See, it sounds to me like you were getting down on one knee and going, okay, Adolf, you're top dog and everything, you win, so let's be pals, have a swell party. Is that when you decided that art and music couldn't be kept separate from politics, when you sent the telegram?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm talking about birthday greetings to your old pal Adolf.
I never sent him birthday greetings or any other kind of greetings.
Think carefully, Wilhelm.
No, I don't have to think carefully. I never sent him a telegram.
Yes, David.
Why not show Dr. Furtwängler the evidence? It might refresh his memory. Though I can't seem to find it here. Amy, do you have a copy of the telegram in your files?
No, I have never seen a telegram.
Major, if you simply tell me what the telegram is, I can go
You won't find it, because no such telegram exists.
Well, I tried. You have to admit I tried. I thought I might just trap you there, Wilhelm, but David here was a little too quick for me. Smart move, David. Smart move. No, Wilhelm, I don't have the telegram yet, but I know it exists. And I'm going to tell you something. We're going to keep looking for it, because I happen to believe you sent it.
What's in your wrong?
Art and politics, yeah. Art and politics. So are you now saying that touring with the Berlin Philharmonic abroad, conducting in foreign lands from 1933 on, was not a commercial for Adolf and all he stood for?
Well, we never officially represented the regime when we played abroad. We always played as a private ensemble. As I believe I already told you, I was a freelance conductor.
You should have written our insurance policies for us, because you got more escape clauses than double indemnity. Don't give me the fine print again. I'm an expert when it comes to fine print. What you imagine people thought? Oh, the Berlin Philharmonic's been taken over by Joseph's propaganda minister. But Wilhelm's freelance, so art and politics must now be separate. Is that what you thought ordinary people thought?
I have no idea what ordinary people thought.
No, I don't.
Because I had only one intention from 1933 onwards. Whatever I did, this is also the real reason I never left this country. I had only one intention, and that was to prove that art means more than politics.
Did that include Herbert von Karajan?
But I don't know what you...
Tell me about Vondernoe.
Vondernoe?
Yes, Vondernoe. How long is this going to go on, Wilhelm? I say Vondernoe, you say Vondernoe. I say Vondernoe, you say Vondernoe. We could go on all day. You know who I'm talking about. Edwin Vondernoe, the music critic.
Yes, I know who he is.
And isn't it true that because of a bad review he wrote praising this guy, von Karajan, called him a goddamn miracle, said he was better than you, you had him conscripted into the army and no one's heard of him since?
That's an outrageous lie.
You sure? You didn't just pick up the phone and call someone? God in heaven, did you hear what that Vondernoe wrote about me? I want him out of the way. Oh, and the same goes for this other critic, Steinhauer. He had the nerve to accuse me, the great doctor on earth, of not playing enough modern music. Send him to Stalingrad. That's what you did, isn't it, Wilhelm? You don't like criticism, do you? You certainly don't like them saying there was another conductor who was better than you.
Please, stop playing these games with me. You seem to take pleasure in teasing and baiting and hectoring me. Have some regard for my intelligence. We are dealing here with matters concerning my entire existence, my career, and my life. And why you should introduce the name of another conductor is beyond my understanding.
Well, then I'll tell you why. You remember how we talked about you conducting for Adolf's birthday, how Joseph got to your doctors first, you were outflanked and tricked?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, well, I have a different story to tell. See, I don't believe you were tricked, at least not in the way you describe it. No. See, I've looked at the Hinkle archive. I've made a few inquiries. I've seen records of phone calls, and putting it all together, this is what I think happened. I think Joseph came to you and said, Wilhelm, if you don't conduct for Adolf, we'll get that one carry and the one that critic Vandernook calls the greatest conductor on earth, the one you call K. He's not just willing to conduct for Adolf, he's offered to sing Happy Birthday as a solo. Admit it, Wilhelm. Kay worried you. He always worried you. It's 1942. He's 34 years old. You're already 56. He's the comet, the miracle, yeah, the pretender. He's tilting at your throne. Your position's in danger. And Joseph keeps saying, if you don't do it, little Kay will. Never mind about art and politics and music and its mystical qualities. You were tricked all right, because it got you where you were most vulnerable. Youth was knocking at the door, and I don't care how great you are, how noble, how fantastic with your little white stick. It's the oldest story in the book. The aging Romeo, frightened of the young buck. The heavyweight champion of the world, scared of the young contender. And the aging maestro, terrified of the new boy on the podium. That's how they got to you, Wilhelm, isn't it? Time after time. The real reason you didn't leave when you knew you should have was that you were afraid. You were afraid that if you stepped down, you'd be supplanted by the party's boy twice over, the miracle kid, talented, flashy, little K.
This is absolute nonsense!
Major, wait a moment. How is this doing anything to establish...
Not now, Dave. I haven't finished with him yet. In fact, I've hardly begun. I'm developing my theme. Isn't that what they call it in classical music, developing a theme? Okay, Wilhelm, so they got you on your insecurities. That's human. It's understandable. It's nothing to be ashamed of. After all, it's pretty well agreed that little K's got what it takes. Nearly everybody in the party loves him. Christ, he's their boy twice over. But take note of what I say. I said nearly everybody loves him, because there's one guy who doesn't like little K as much as he likes you. One guy thinks little K isn't fit to brush your coattails. And that one guy just happens to be, yeah, the #1 guy. Your old pal Adolf. Adolf likes you better than little K, and when Adolf says, I want Wilhelm for my birthday, boy, they better go get Wilhelm. So Joseph threatens you with little K, and you say, to hell with the 9th in Vienna, I'll give it as a birthday present to Adolf here in Berlin. That's how you were tricked. They got you by the balls, and they squeezed hard.
Major, I don't see how this line of questioning is...
David, what is this all of a sudden? What are you, counsel for the defense? What do you want me to say? Objection overruled, objection sustained. My line of questioning is establishing motive, counselor. Plain, ordinary human motive. Why did he stay? Why did he play for them? Why was he the flag carrier for the regime? Why was he their servant? Not art, politics, and a bunch of airy-fairy bullshit about liberty, justice, and humanity, but good old-fashioned insecurity, fear, and jealousy. And that's only part of the reason he stayed.
Of course, there was a conspiracy against me. A campaign. They controlled the press. Every word that was written, or every word that was published, when I resigned from the Philharmonic Orchestra, when I refused to take part in a film they made about the orchestra. Countless things of that kind. Refusing to cooperate in one way or another. They were determined to keep me in my place. You mentioned the critic Edwin Vandermeer. I have no idea if his praise of that man was genuine, but I do know that his words were guided and encouraged and then seized on. They wanted another star, as they call it, to take my place. They had their own concert agency under a man called Rudolf Vedder. Oh, a human being beneath contempt. I'm not going to... I could recount the difficulties I had with that man, with my private secretary, Bertha Geismar, herself a Jewess. But I will not bore you, Major, with a chronicle of cruelty, meanness, and audacity.
So, you didn't have this little cake and scripted because of some bad review he wrote?
I told you, it's absolute nonsense. How could I have managed such a thing? It was in their power, not mine. That's such a total, that's a lie. And I have never in my life wanted or even tried to silence my critics. I believe serious criticism to be an essential part of cultural life. And the reason you have detected a certain distaste I have for K is not because I was jealous or insecure, but because I have serious criticism to make of him. And in my opinion, he is an intellectual conductor. He does not experience the piece afresh each time. He conducts only what he knows and wants. In other words, the nuances, which is why his nuances are always exaggerated. The slow tempo too slow, the fast too fast, the whole thing somewhat hysterical.
Wilhelm, I'm trying to understand you. Honest to God, I am. But when you talk about cultural life, I'm lost. Because I am, to put it at its best, completely uncultured. So, when you talk about cultural life, I don't see a great conductor, a great artist. I see a man, an ordinary guy, like a million other ordinary guys. And I say to myself, what keeps him here? What keeps him here, I ask myself, when he says he did everything in his power to resist, except get the hell out? What keeps him here? Not being a cultured guy, I look for reasons I can understand. Reasons my buddies can understand. So, if I say to my buddies, imagine you love your wife. Well, maybe I'm stretching reality here. No, stay with me. Imagine you love your wife, I say. And you find out you're being sent overseas. But they exempt some young guy who it's just possible may steal your wife's fancy. What are you gonna do? To a man, they'd say, Steve, we do everything in our power to stay. See, Wilhelm, I'm talking about ordinary, everyday motives, which is why I want to talk to you about your private life.
Oh, come along, Major. This can't be right.
Objection overruled, Counselor. I'm establishing motive. Wilhelm, how many illegitimate children do you have?
Major, this is outrageous. What has this to do with anything at all?
You'll see. Wilhelm, did you hear the question?
I have illegitimate children.
What?
I said I have illegitimate children. I don't know how many.
No, I'll bet you don't. 4, 5, 6? You like the ladies, don't you, Wilhelm? Isn't it true that before every performance you got a woman in your dressing room and gave her the old conductor's baton? Isn't that true?
Major, This is deeply offensive and repugnant.
You bet it is.
And totally irrelevant.
Not so. The ladies threw themselves at you, didn't they, Wilhelm? Your secretary, Berta Geismar, who's now working for Sir Thomas Beecham, was not just your secretary, she was also your procuress. She procured women for you as often and as many as you
Stop
wanted.
this, please, stop
No,
this!
I won't stop this. Because if I say to my buddies, hey, you're living in the whorehouse and you get the whores for free, you gonna leave? See, Wilhelm, I think you were in paradise here. Adolf himself offered you a beautiful house, your own private bomb shelter.
No, I refuse that house and the bomb shelter.
Yeah. But you see what I'm getting at, don't you? You didn't stay because you felt an affinity for your people, or because you were trying to protect the traditions of which I think you said you were a guardian, or that you felt that art and politics should be kept separate. See, if I say to my buddies, you're top guy in your profession, the #1 guy in the country who loves you, you get all the women you lust after, you're highly paid, you get a house, a bomb shelter, if you want it, what are you gonna do? Leave or stay? One voice comes back to me. Stay.
That's not a good argument, Major. If Dr. Furtwängler did indeed enjoy all these privileges, he enjoyed them because of who he is and what he is.
Okay, so now we're back to the great artist.
Right! His position would have guaranteed him whatever he wanted wherever he chose to live. That's true of any artist in any country in the world. They're rare specimens, Major, and that sets them apart.
Yeah, but it doesn't make them saints, does it? They still have to get up and piss in the middle of the night, don't they? And they can be mean and vindictive and envious just like you and me. Well, just like me, can't they? See, Wilhelm, everybody says what a great benefactor you were to the Jews, but what about this Italian conductor?
What? I don't know what you mean. If you're referring to Arturo Toscanini, he is not a Jew, of course, but he's greatly loved by you Americans.
No, I'm thinking of another
And
Italian.
to my taste, he is too disciplined. His tempe are too straight. If he were a truly great artist, if he had a livelier imagination and deeper insights, a greater warmth, an understanding of the work, a devotion to the work, he would not have become so disciplined. That is why his success is disastrous. Inspiration and understanding are more important in arts than discipline and autocratic behavior.
But otherwise you like the guy, huh? No, I'm beginning to get the picture, Wilhelm. You're not crazy about any of your rivals, are you? I guess the same was true for this other Italian, the one I'm thinking of, De Salvador.
De Salvador?
Yeah, Vittorio De Salvador. I've got a letter here, written in 1939, which states, "What should I do when Dr. Furtwängler said to me that it was a piece of impudence for that Jew De Salvador to conduct Brahms? Since the day when Sabata performed Tristan in Beirut, Furtwängler speaks only of Jew Sabata."
Who wrote that letter?
I'm not at liberty to say, but it's a genuine letter. David, you have a copy of this letter in your file, too. It's a genuine letter.
But there's only one thing I can say, that I have never in my life said anything that goes counter to my convictions, and I simply cannot have said anything that did. Of course, there were instances in speaking with specific party members. I had to use their language. One had to say Heil Hitler, for example, but quite apart from these instances, I never made any compromises by saying things other than I believe, and I've always been frank in my attitude towards the Jews.
And I believe that. But just answer my questions. Don't give me explanations.
But I have to explain. These attitudes must exist in order to make such an outburst possible, and this is what I deny. I know that even in my greatest anger, I could never have said such a thing. De Salvador was my friend, one of my few close friends. I invited him to conduct my orchestra. We discussed his program, we discussed everything.
Okay. We've got another letter here, dated July 4th, 1933, written by you to the Minister of Culture, Bernhard Brust. It concerns this other Jewish composer, Arnold Schoenberg, who's about to be suspended. David, you got a copy of this letter in your file too. This is what you wrote, Wilhelm. Arnold Schoenberg is considered by the Jewish International as the most significant musician of the present. It must be recommended that he not be made a martyr. What do you say to that?
I say exactly what I said before. You have to use their language.
And you didn't finish the letter, Major. And if he is suspended now, and I would not indeed consider this right, the question of indemnity should be treated with generosity. He's pleading for the man, not condemning him.
Okay. What about these other things he said? Jewish pen pushers should be banned from the Jewish press. Jewish musicians have no genuine affinity for our music. And Jewish musicians make good businessmen, but they have few scruples, lacking roots. Do you deny you said these things?
Depends on the circumstances, to whom one is speaking. These attitudes simply don't exist in me. I used their language. Of course I did. Everyone did.
Major, you have to balance these things, if indeed he said them, against his assistance to his Jewish colleagues. Listen to this from the transcript of the proceedings at Nuremberg.
Okay, counselor, it's your day in court. But be careful. There is nothing I enjoy more than seeing someone put his own neck in the noose.
A Swedish businessman, Birger Dollarus, testified in cross-examination to having had several meetings with Hermann Göring. I first saw Göring, Dollarus testified, embroiled in a stormy interview with Wilhelm Furtwängler, the famous conductor of the Berlin Philharmonic, who was vainly seeking permission to keep his Jewish concertmaster.
I remember that well. I was pleading for Simon Goldberg, a wonderful musician, a wonderful man. The youngest concertmaster the orchestra ever had. Thank God he escaped. I pray that he is safe now.
Why is it, Wilhelm, everything you say touches me so deeply?
Emmy, read one of those letters to Mrs. Zapps. Pick any one, read it.
I can't decipher the signature, but please remember that helping Jews was a capital offense. People were being publicly hanged on mere suspicion of such activities. But Dr. Furtwängler helped anyone who asked him. I can personally testify to having seen literally hundreds of people lined up outside his dressing room after the concerts to ask for his help. He never turned anyone away. He gave me money because I was unable to feed myself or my family. And then he helped me to escape to Sweden. He helped countless people in similar ways.
Doesn't sound like much of an anti-Semite to me, Major. These are acts of enormous courage.
David, you don't listen to anything I say, do you? How many times I gotta tell you, I was in insurance before the war. You think I can't smell a phony policy when it's shoved under my nose? Sure, he helped Jews. That was his insurance, his cover. Because the whole time, he was master of all he surveyed. See, Wilhelm, I think you're cunning, devious, dealing from the bottom of the pack. You were their boy, their creature, and that's the case against you, old pal. You were like an advertising slogan to them. This is what we produce, the greatest conductor on earth. And you went along with it. See, you may not have been a member of the party, but the truth is, You didn't need to be. Emmy, put that record on. You know what that is?
Of course I know what that is.
What is it?
That's the Seventh Symphony of Anton Bruckner. The Adagio.
Who's conducting?
I am.
You know the last time this music was heard on these airwaves?
How should I know such a thing?
Then I'll tell you. The last time this music was heard on these airwaves was when they announced that your old pal Adolf had blown his brains out. Listen to it. Did they pick Little K's recording? Did they pick some other band leader? They picked yours because you and only you represented them so beautifully. When the devil died, they wanted his band leader to play the funeral march. You were everything to them.
I have always tried. I have tried to analyze myself closely, and you're right, Major. I am no better than anybody else. But I must always say what my instincts are. In staying here, I believe I walk the tightrope between exile and the gallows. And you seem to be blaming me for not having allowed myself to be hanged. I tried to defend the intellectual life of my people against an evil ideology. I did not directly oppose the party because I told myself this was not my job. I would have benefited no one by active resistance. But I never hid my opinions. As a musician, I was determined that music, at least, would remain untouched and untainted. If I had taken any active role in politics, I couldn't have stayed here. Please understand me correctly, an artist cannot be entirely apolitical. He must have some political convictions because he is, after all, a human being. And as a citizen, it is his duty to express those convictions. As a musician, I am more than a citizen. I am a citizen of this country in that eternal sense to which the genius of great music testifies. I know that a single performance of a great masterpiece is a stronger, more vital negation of the spirit of Buchenwald and Auschwitz than words. Human beings are free wherever Wagner and Beethoven are played. Music transported them to regions where the torturers and murderers could do them no harm.
Have you ever smelled burning flesh? I've smelt it 4 miles away. 4 miles away I smelt it! I smell it now I smell it night after night because I can't sleep with the stench of it in my nostrils. I'll smell it for the rest of my life. Have you seen the gas ovens and the crematoria? Have you seen the mounds of rotting corpses being bulldozed into gigantic craters by the men and women who murdered them? I've seen these things with my own eyes. I see it night after night, and I wake up screaming, seeing it. You talk to me about culture and art and music. You're putting that on the scales, Wilhelm. You're putting art and culture and music against the millions being annihilated by your pals. Pals you could call to save a couple of Jews while thousands, millions of them are being annihilated. Is that what you're putting on the scales, Wilhelm? Yes. I blame you for your cowardice. I blame you for not getting hanged. You strutted and swaggered kingpin in a shit house. You talked to me about walking a tightrope between exile and the gallows, and I say to you, lies.
I love my country. I believe in art. What was I to do?
Act courageously. Think about real courage. Think about men like Emmy's father. They risked their lives, not just their careers. Emmy, take your goddamn fingers out of your mouth, out of your ears. I'm talking about your father. I'm talking about real courage. I'm talking about him risking his fucking life.
My father only joined the plot when he realized that we could not win this war.
Major, what kind of world do you want? What kind of world are you going to make? Don't you honestly understand the power of art to create beauty and pain and triumph? Even if you can't admit it, don't you believe that music especially transcends language and national barriers and speaks directly to the human spirit? If you honestly believe that the only reality is the physical world, then you will be left with nothing but feculence, more foul-smelling than that which pervades your nights. This isn't just. This isn't fair. How was I to know what they were capable of? No one knew. No one knew they were gangsters, atrocious, depraved. Oh, God! I don't want to stay in this country! Yes. Oh, yes.
You know what, Major? We'll never understand. Only tyrannies understand the power of art. I wonder what I would have done in his position. I'm not certain I would have acted courageously. And what about you? I have a feeling we would have just followed orders.
I'm only a claims assessor, David. Who cares about me? But everybody said your friend was something special. You know something? He's not special at all.
You know what I say he is, Major?
What do you say he is?
I say he's like a fallen priest.
What do you know of priests, Lieutenant Vile?
Only what I read in books.
What do you read?
That they can be inadequate human beings. They can lie. They can fornicate. They can drink. And yes, they can deceive. But they can still put God into the mouths of the faithful. If you believe in such things.
You know what I say you are, David?
I know what you say I am, Major.
Yeah, but you're worse than that. You're a liberal piece of shit. You don't know right from wrong. Alex Vogel. Yeah, I can hold.
He thanked me. And then he gave me his visiting card.
Vogel, Arnold here. Yeah, I don't know if we've got a case against him, but we can sure as hell give him a hard time. Yeah. Hey, what's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm on the phone? Yeah. Well, no. It doesn't matter. We got ourselves a tame journalist who write anything we tell him. Yeah, Delbert Clark, New York Times. Say, yeah. David, turn that goddamn thing down. Yeah, it's